Hey everyone, welcome back. My luxury stories here. For today's video, as you can see from the title, I will be reviewing my Gucci Dionysus bag. I will be going through all the pros and cons of the bag and also discussing with you what fits inside. So let's start off with some of the basic details of the bag. It is a small size, as classified by Gucci. So I am referring to the Gucci website for all this information. So if you guys want, you could always go back and have a look. I'll link the website down below so that you guys can just easily click and check. So it is 11 inches by width, 7 inches by height, and 3.5 inches with the depth, right? The bag is heavy. It weighs around 0.6 kilograms, which is not that light, especially when you put stuff in it. And there are two ways to wear the bag, as you might have seen. So there is a single drop, which is around 15.5 inches, and there is a double drop, which is around 8.5 inches, right? It is a very simple layout. There are two compartments, and then there's an inner zip compartment. You'll be able to see that better once I clear out all the items later. There's the inner zip compartment and two simple compartments for all your stuff. It is the Supreme Gucci canvas, and the other material that's used is suede, and I have mine in the taupe color. It also comes in black, and it also comes in red. And it is that beautiful antique silver hardware. So for me, it was a win-win situation with the taupe, the canvas, and the silver hardware. Right. Let's start by discussing the pros of the bag. Now, I've always been a bigger bag girl. I always loved totes. You have the Neverfull, or you have the Goyard, St. Louis, or you name it. Any bigger size shoulder bags would always be my preference, right? So to transition to a more medium size, it kind of took me some time. I've been eyeing this bag since like last year, and I happened to buy it this year, at the beginning of this year. So all these months I would just go into the store, I'd have a look, think about, oh, would my items fit into the bag? Will I be able to use the bag easily, because I'm so used to having a bigger bag on my shoulder. Even if it were a top handle bag, like let's say the Prada, the classic Saffiano leather Prada bag, right? I mean, even if it's a top handle bag, those are the kind of bags I'd always prefer. So, I mean, am I used to having such a small bag? Because, mind you, I carry the whole world with me when I step out of the house. So I had to be sure that everything I have would fit into this. I didn't mind transitioning from a bigger wallet to a smaller wallet, though I won't lie, that took ages as well. And even now, I don't carry just one small size wallet or card holder. There has to be two, because I still have, I need to have all these cards with me, right, when I'm walking out of the house. So why just take one? I need to have all my cards with me. So like I said, I'd go into a store, I'd look around, okay, right, I think I can, meddle with my stuff in this. Let's go ahead and get the bag. And I filled it up as soon as I got home. I was so anxious to see if everything would fit in or not. And everything just fit in beautifully. It is so organized inside. It is an accordion, right? You can tell it's like the accordion style bag. So the more you put in, the more these flaps would open. But it's not a very structured bag. I mean, though it looks structured, it's a structure it is a structured bag, but what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't offer much flexibility, despite it having that accordion style to it, right? So every time you put in something to the bag and you want to fill it up to the brim, it's gonna limit you to close that, the flap from the front. So like I said, I got home quickly, I filled up all my stuff, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna, I have to see if it fits or not. And everything fit in beautifully. So I was initially carrying my Louis Vuitton Sarah wallet, so that fit in very easily. I've changed out of that right now, so I can show you that if you need to put in more stuff, how it fit. And much to my surprise, I was able to close the flap very easily. So I think, I mean, they do label it as a smaller size, but for me, I definitely think it's a more medium-sized bag, and it gives quite a bit of space. There's quite a bit of space, despite it being divided by that inner zipper compartment. There is quite a bit of space for your stuff, and you'll see how much comes out of the bag, right? Secondly, I think the accessibility of the bag. Now, I mean, it is a con, and you'll see a lot of reviews on the internet about how heavy the bag is. Everyone has addressed this issue that this bag is heavy. This bag is heavy. It definitely is heavy. But I mean, what I love about it is that if I have it on my shoulder, and I carry it with a single chain, by the way. I have 2 kids, right? So I'm talking about a 5-year-old who's always on the loose, and then I have a 6-month-old. So if I'm like grabbing one child with one hand, and let's say I even have the stroller right in my other hand, for me the accessibility of a bag comes if I am able to open it and grab my things with one hand, right? So now let's say I have the stroller in one hand, and I just quickly want to pop out my wallet, or my cell phone is ringing, right? I can easily open this with one hand, I get my phone out with the other, and with one hand I'm able to close that very easily. So in terms of accessibility, I think it is brilliant. It is so easy for me to take out stuff even if my other hand is busy. And I think for me that was the biggest deciding factor on being able to keep this bag, and to ignore the fact that yes, it is a little heavy whenever I wear it on my shoulder. So and right now I have it full, so if you do take out some stuff, it's far easier to just open and close the flap. I mean, it still is for me. You guys can see I'm not having to make any effort right now to close it, but I mean, if there's less stuff, and definitely it's a much easier close. Thirdly, the canvas. Because it's Gucci canvas, I don't need to worry about getting the bag dirty or getting the bag stained. I mean, we do live in a tropical weather here in Singapore, and you know, it is suede material, so it is something that I worry about, that you know, I don't want to stain the bag. I haven't put on any stain repellent right now. As you can see, the bag is absolutely, you know, clean, touch wood. But I'm not too sure if I need to put on anything, but if, I mean, because I would mostly worry about this area if I were out and stuck somewhere in the rain. And I think I have dropped water on this a couple of times, but I can just, like, you know, wash it off like that. So having the canvas in, and it is a light color, but because it's canvas, I don't really have to worry about it. So definitely, these are the top few pros that I have with this bag. If I were to discuss the cons, for me, the biggest con is the fact that the bag is so heavy, right? It can be a ton. Like, you can see right now, if I to pick it up, you can tell it does weigh a ton. What I'll do is I'll weigh the bag, and I'll put it in my description box that how much it weighs right now with all my stuff, and when it's full to the brim. So if I'm feeling really tired, if I've not had a good night's sleep, and I don't feel like carrying a heavy bag, I don't honestly carry this bag, man. This is something I wish, I mean, I do understand because of the hardware. It's beautiful hardware, and you can tell it's like, it's high quality hardware. I do understand where that heaviness comes from, but I do wish it were a lighter weight bag, right? And if I were to be very, very picky, though I personally don't think it's an issue because there's honestly more than enough room for my stuff. Maybe they could have gotten away with the inner zip compartment, because they do have this flap under the, you know, in front of the, underneath the front pocket flap. The front flap has this beautiful, you know, canvas lined pocket. So I think maybe they could have done away with this one, but that's if I have to be very picky. Like I said, I don't find it an issue because it fits my stuff. So let's get into the bag, and I'll show you what all I carry with it. So as you can see, it's a beautiful suede interior lining. I have used my bag a lot. You can tell by the indents here. Right, so to start off, I usually carry 2 phones, so I'm filming with one right now, and I have like the Pro Max, which is a bigger size phone, My other phone is like the 6S, so both my phones fit into here easily. I have my Chanel card holder. I have some mints. I have my Chanel hand cream, my Chanel compact, my Kirigami set. I have the smaller size here for my extra cards. My Louis Vuitton travel spray, my hand sanitizer, sunglasses, which fit into. I mean, obviously can't carry a box in here, and I do prefer a soft fiber cloth for my sunglasses. Wipes, my earpods, a Chanel mini case. Yeah, that's about it. So you can see it's a beautiful, beautiful bag from the inside. The Made in Italy tag right there. And it's just coming along fine. If you guys want, you can always order an organizer to have the bag keep its structure. I do stuff it properly whenever I'm not using it. I don't want it to fall really flat like this. I do like it to have its shape and structure. Right, to conclude, honestly, like I've said, it's one of the best bags I have in my collection. I would go out and buy this again any day. In fact, I had been thinking of buying it in the other colors. You know, they have beautiful all leather ones, the black, the off-white, the maroon, and studded with the beautiful Swarovski crystals. I think the bag is just stunning. In my opinion, it is definitely a classic. I do understand Gucci bags are not that high up with the resale value, but in my opinion, if you're looking for a classic Gucci, the Dionysus line is not going anywhere. If you love these kind of videos, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.